Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Rebels Compass. I am very happy to have David and Jessica back with me this snowy morning to share some of the information from Self-Sufficient You. This is a phenomenal business project, heart, soul adventure that these two beautiful souls are creating to support their community and other like-minded people. So welcome back, David and Jessica.
Thank you for having us.
Hello, Karen.
Hello.
So tell me some of the things that I know every month you have a theme. And we're going to talk a little bit about later on about the theme that you have for March. But what was your theme for February and the direction that you were sharing information in how to be more self-sufficient and to really learn to empower yourself and have tools to your disposal that you can enhance and develop your own environment?
So thank you, Karen. Thanks again for inviting us. It's always nice to see you and to be here. So yeah, February was a month where the theme was self-care with a focus on nutrition.
Okay.
And because one of the principles of of having choice in our lives and having independence and being personally fulfilled is to be as healthy as possible. So now nutrition plays a big part of that. So during the month, we had a variety of activity focused on different aspects of nutrition. For example, we have a monthly video conversation called Ask the Expert. And because is a registered holistic nutritionist, I had the honor of interviewing Jessica in terms of what role proper nutrition plays from being healthy, starting right from the inside out kind of perspective. And did you want to add anything? Because that was your video conversation.
Yeah, no, it's just good to share some information about, like just making healthier food choices and like how to shop in the grocery store and like, to avoid like, GMOs and shop more organic and just different things like that just to help them make some more healthier choices when they're shopping. How to be able to determine when food is organic and when it's not organic and the codes on the vegetables and stuff like that. So
Right. Yeah. I can understand that because organic became a trade name, that sometimes makes people very, very confused when they go to the grocery store. They don't know what's organic and what isn't organic. And, so to be able to know those codes and be able to decipher for yourself is huge.
yeah, it is for sure.
A lot of people want to want to be healthier and try to eat healthier, but like a lot of things in life, if you don't really know where to start, if you don't have a strategy, or then you're probably going to stumble. So I think the conversation that we had, I think, was a good place to position people, at least to know how to say grocery shop properly. Like I said, choose a bit more of the organics of those certain fruits and vegetables, which tend to be a little more toxic than others. So that was our Ask the Expert for February. The other thing we did too is we introduced as part of the last month something that we call the 28 Days of Wellness. February has 28 days. So what that was, every day we had I guess, a inspiration yet a practical challenge for all the members, and it touched on the variety components of wellness, from not just the physical but also the emotional and the spiritual as well. So, for example, first thing in the morning could have been a challenge to
Throw some lemon water in the morning.
start your day with a lemon water, or take 10 minutes to breathe properly, or before bed, think about 5 things that you love about yourself. So it was 28 days of wellness, and it really hoped to inspire and motivate people to, by the end of the month, to maybe incorporate some of these practical and very simple aspects that, this is not new for a lot of people. It's just more of a reminder that these are some of the things that we could and should be doing to take care of our whole selves.
It doesn't have to be a lot of things. It can be seem like everything all at once, just a little bit of things here and there to help. I mean, what makes a big difference? Like meditating for 5 minutes a day even makes a big difference. Going for a walk for 15 minutes after dinner will make a big difference. Like these little things, they add up over time.
They certainly do. And I know for myself, and certainly people in my close family, and different learning that I have done over my lifetime too, going back to the nutritional side, people don't recognize that what you put into your body has a huge effect on your mental and emotional health. I know that they refer sometimes to your digestive system as your first brain. When you feed that, it feeds the rest of your body. So to encompass that with 28 days of self-care, people don't always recognize what self-care is. It's like, I know in the past it would have been, okay, I'm going to go and get a manicure or a pedicure, which is great, but that's not self-care. It's not self-care on a daily basis. So to be able to bring that mindfulness to people and do it over the 28 days of February is phenomenal, because any change that needs to take place doesn't change overnight. It takes that drip, 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 drip of awareness. And, they can go back and look at those tools that you have invited them to look at and see where they can incorporate that on a daily basis to maybe change an area of their life that they hadn't significantly thought about before.
Yeah, exactly. Small little changes make a big difference, even just like one of the big things too is like eating just whole foods and getting back to nature and things like that. Like 70% of processed foods has got GMOs and stuff in it. So, just all that kind of stuff, it makes a big difference.
Yeah.
And we're preaching to the converted, which is nice because, the vast majority of our members are like-minded people. So they understand and appreciate the importance of, just loving yourself, being kind to yourself, and some of the techniques and strategies to do that, whether it's, learning how to properly breathe or, taking 5 minutes just to think about the things that you love about yourself. These are all little things that, I never did 3 years ago. I probably thought it was kind of hokey but as a lot of us have leveled up our lives, taking care of ourselves, not just physically, but also emotionally and spiritually, is part of being, independent and self-sufficient, right? Because we can't help our others unless we're the best that we can be as well.
Absolutely. 100% agree with that. Yeah. And like you said,
managing stress and stuff too. I mean, we've all been through so much stress, especially in the last few years. So that makes a big difference. I mean, if you're under stress for a long period of time, you don't take care of yourself, then it's gonna be cause your problems down the road.
Exactly. Your cortisol levels go up. And, over those 3 years that life changed significantly, a lot more people were hooked into devices, their cell phones, and then you get that dopamine addiction. So sometimes you don't recognize how many times a day you pick your phone up just to look at it. So even that's a self-care, where today I'm not going to pick my phone up as much. Today I'm going to log out of Facebook or Instagram. I'm going to give myself a detox data day, so even that is very powerful.
Yeah, digital detox is really important. I actually took all my social media off my phone. And I don't even use it on my phone because it was distracting, way too distracting, and you have to get away from it. It's really heavy sometimes, and it's just a lot. Your mind's always going when you're on there.
So
Absolutely.
we found too that just meeting new people. So, kind of building off the 28 days of wellness where, you're more in tune to yourself and looking after yourself, even just being out and about, because you're now radiating, a bit brighter and transmitting at a higher frequency, just meeting new people. And right away when someone is at your same frequency, right? You kind of sense it even before you even say hello to each other. So I think, and think back to the opposite where you're having, say, a conversation with someone who's maybe try and put it politely, maybe a little less
positive,
or maybe transmitting at a somewhat lower frequency. you know, to just reflect on, for example, like the quality of your conversation. It's often like, oh, you know, how's the weather? And, it's very superficial. And you just get the feeling like, yeah, I just want to end this conversation. And,
Mhm.
maybe after a few minutes. But when you're talking with someone, and we experience this all the time, someone who's like-minded, you're smiling, you're laughing together, and it could be a stranger, but if you feel like you've known them all your life, and you go from 0 to 100, in a few seconds, and before you know it, an hour's passed, and you just can't believe how much time flies. So it's so interesting when your transmitter is on and your receiver is on. It's
Yeah.
amazing how amazing those connections to another human that are made.
Yeah. And you have significantly turned on that transmitter and receiver with Self-Sufficient You. You, from your heart and soul, created this space. So you are sending out that vibration every single day with what you do on a daily basis within Self-Sufficient You, within your own lives, where you're sending out that frequency of transmission to connect and pull in and draw in more people of that frequency. So it builds the community, so you've got more
That's our
people,
plan.
more
That's our hope.
experts.
Yeah, and we're blessed to have so many wonderful people within the community who, they've decided for themselves to make a difference in their lives. They've decided that, yeah, I'm kind of tired of being isolated. I want to stop living in fear. I want to reduce my anxiety, by being with like-minded people, by learning how to do some practical things, so I can be less dependent on others. And, that just builds confidence. It builds your, and taking care of yourself, it just builds your physical and emotional being. And, it's so nice to hear some of the positive feedback from members. Just, yeah, sure, it's nice to learn about how to make sourdough. That's all great. But just even a next level kind of emotional, spiritual connection. We're just so grateful that people have chosen themselves as a priority and their loved ones to say, yeah, I'm going to make a difference in my life. I'm going to find like-minded people, and we're going to build community, because the community that we've built is not for us. It's for everyone. And
Yeah,
it's your community. It's not our community.
exactly. And, that comment you made, it starts with the man in the mirror. It starts with you. When you look back at you and you have that level of self-worth and self-understanding that you are the only one that can make the change in your life, and then you connect with others that are doing that, it just exponentially grows and expands and sends that vibration outwards to be able to build that community that we are all on one level or another craving to build, and walk away from old patterns that we've been introduced to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. And the nice thing is it's a closed community. So it's like it's private. So people just feel really safe and comfortable in there. And, they can feel comfortable opening up, and they're just so thankful to have found their tribe of people that they can really connect with and just relate to. And it's really nice. Really nice
Yeah.
to get some good comments from our members in there.
And
Yeah.
like I said, we meet so many wonderful people. In fact, we're offering, we started a new video series last month, and really going to ramp it up this month. Speaking of people in your community, it's like Mr. Rogers, people in your neighborhood, right? Or is that Sesame Street? What's that song? These are the people in your neighborhood. We met this fantastic, one of our members, Martin Buffum, lives not too far from us here in Eastern Ontario, lives in a town called Clayton. And Martin is a gem. I don't even know how to describe Martin. He's a gem of a person. He has so much wisdom, knowledge, and experience on so many different topics that we're going to be doing a video series with him, and on such topics as greenhouses and polytunnels. For example, he runs a greenhouse construction business, and he can do owner-built greenhouses for less than $1,000 for people. And as we're heading into gardening season soon, that will be one of the first conversations that we have. alternative construction methods, aquaponics,
Solar panels.
solar solutions for homes. I said aquaponics, beekeeping, foraging. So we're going to unleash him to all of our members.
That's
And
fantastic.
he's so excited to just share his knowledge and wisdom, because it takes a village, not just to raise kids, but to raise ourselves. And he's at that point where he just wants to share all the wisdom that he's acquired over the decades doing this, because he truly has been living off grid for, I think he said, about 40 years. So he also talks about the real life experience of living off grid, as opposed to maybe the fantasy or the romantic version we may have in our heads. And the fact that it's real work, it's real rewarding, but it may not be as romantic as the movie you just watched about, a cabin in the countryside. So anyways, that's another thing that we're really excited to offer to members, like real life human storytelling of real life experiences, and of course some real good practical how-tos as well.
That's
so
fantastic.
Yeah, that was kind of March, February. It was another busy month within the community.
Yeah, the one thing you learn is you don't have to be like in the country. You don't have to have a big homestead. You don't have to, live on a farm to be able to be more self-sufficient. You can do it right in your own home. Like
Absolutely, you can.
We're like living in a townhouse. We have a backyard and stuff like that. And every year we just add more food to it. And one day we'd like to get some more land. But you can do a lot just with your own home. Even in the city. We even grown our own food in the house. You can even do that. So
speaking of that, another thing we did a live stream video within the community about one of our indoor hydroponic gardens that we have. There's many brands out there, and because we had a lot of questions from our members about what is it, how does it work, was it easy to install, all that. So we did a live stream and we answered. We had a live Q&A, and the one we have is from a company called Just Vertical, and it is a vertical indoor hydroponic garden, and I think it grows about 12 different holes in it, and we grow greens, lettuces and some tomatoes and things like that. So that's kind of a fun way for people to ask their questions live to us and get kind of our opinion, our feedback, almost like a little review about something that everyone can have in their home to grow some food all year round. So that was fun.
Yeah, and just to blow that myth that you need acres of land to grow your own vegetables, that you can do it in an apartment and you can do it in a townhome. And you there's lots of different areas that you can grow for yourself. So being able to bust that is huge for some people, because they maybe never before recognized that they could do that.
Yeah, and you can take it with you, so it's not like it's portable. You just take it wherever you go. So yeah, it provides a lot of nice options, whether, like you said, you're in an urban apartment or a single family home out in the suburbs or wherever. It doesn't really matter.
Yeah. So with that, February which was packed, and you have ongoing things with Martin to look forward to. What do you have set up for March? Now, I know we're halfway through March, but what is the theme of March and that you have going in the Self-Sufficient You community?
So March is Healthy Home.
Yeah.
And that means air, water, EMF protection, all things related to taking care of your home environment, because we can't be healthy ourselves unless we live in an environment that is healthy and has minimal toxins in it. So we have a lot of stuff on that.
Yeah. Exactly.
I know on your website, which I've gone and I'm in your community, you talk about 5 things that you can do to detox your home, to be able to remove toxins from your home. 5 simple things. Are there anything that you can share right now with anything that is simple for people to detox that they've never thought of before?
Yeah, it's just a matter of just like right now we do have a 5-day toxin-free challenge going on. So we talk about like chemicals, or like cleaning products, how to make your own cleaning products and what kind of chemicals are in them. And how to get rid of them. Like, I mean, making cleaning products is one of the easiest things. All you need to
Mhm.
use basically is like, water, vinegar, some essential oils, baking soda, like most of the products ingredients you already have in the home. You can make it. How to make your own candles and stuff like that, because candles with artificial fragrances and paraffins and different things in them are not healthy for you to be breathing in all the time.
Yeah.
Even personal care products. I mean, a lot of personal care products are really easy to make. I mean, the average woman uses 168 chemicals a day on their bodies. So if we can change up some of those and use
Yeah.
healthier options, even changing your deodorant to get a healthier deodorant and not something with the aluminum in it.
Mhm.
So a lot of things like that, like just cleaning up your bathroom and your kitchen and your personal care products and
Yeah.
things.
There's
Diffusers, so
a
you don't have to use air fresheners, that kind of thing, because they hold in the air for hours afterwards, and you're breathing that chemical in.
Yeah, exactly.
there's a as part of this 5-day toxin-free challenge that's happening this week, actually. It's in the program guide that we give to members, it lists various toxic chemicals that are in everyone's home, because it's in the toilet bowl cleaner, like just said, it's in the candles we use, it may be in the air freshener that you've plugged into the wall that you think is making things smell nice. It's in our food, it's in our it's
Our
amazing.
water everywhere.
Yeah, it's amazing when you start to look around the home. It's like, wow, there's so much junk in the air that is actually harmful to me. And it's like, yeah, I can't stop sneezing, or I don't know why I can't get rid of this cough, or I have constant allergies. And I'm a medical mystery. No one knows. Well, sometimes just by going around and we give a list of what to look for and what to get rid of, and also how to replace them with alternatives. So, like you said,
Mhm.
get rid of those junk candles that maybe you got as a gift from Christmas, or you buy and either buy healthier versions, which are typically soy based, or you make your own. Make your
Yeah.
own cleaning products. Baking soda, some lemons, and vinegar go a long way to clean so many different things. And I find that they actually work better
Yeah, they
than
do.
store-bought stuff. So that's kind of the challenge we have ongoing right now. And again, by the end of this week, hopefully our home environments will be a bit cleaner and
Mhm.
less toxic. And of course, we talk about this quite often in the community, just the role of having plants around your home. Not only do they look nice, but they actually play a role from removing benzene and other harmful chemicals, and cleaning out the carbon dioxide, but also reintroducing and generating oxygen
Purifying the air.
and purifying the air. So
Yeah.
we have lists of plants to look for. And, again, it's an inexpensive alternative. It's certainly a healthier alternative, and it's a great way to spruce up your environment with some nice fresh greenery too.
Absolutely. And making those homemade products, because I've made my own for a long time, it's exciting. And you know what? It's the only way that I ever managed to be able to get my grandkids to clean the bathroom was with bicarbonate of soda, white vinegar, and essential oils.
Well, it's
Just
fun to
watch
watch
that.
it fizz up, and I love that too.
I know they would stand there with the brush, and then they'd pour the vinegar in, and it's the only time. I wish I'd have known it when my kids were small. But my grandkids, they would say, "It's my turn to clean the bathroom. It's my turn to clean the bathroom." So for anybody who needs the kids to clean, start making your own products, because it's a really good, fun way to get them interactive and actually get them to make their own.
Yeah, you
When
won't
you
mind
can
your kids
actually
being
get
around them either.
exactly, so it's yeah.
Yeah. And it's fun for them to actually help in making the products, right?
Yeah.
It's a fun arts and crafts kind of thing.
It is, and when I've had my grandkids make stuff, the either the lotion for their skin, or they've made bathroom products or bath bombs or any of those kind of things. They've had a lot of fun doing it, and it's also introducing them to something that they may continue for the rest of their life, when they figure out it's easy, it's fun, it smells amazing, and they're actually reducing their own toxic footprint and exposure.
Yeah, and it's one of the easiest things to make too. Cleaning stuff is so
Yeah.
easy to make.
Oh
It's
yeah.
pennies to make, goes forever. even your own laundry detergent and dish soap and dishwasher soap. It's, you know, we've been so conditioned to be consumers, right? And
Mhm.
just to whenever we need something, we just go up and buy it, and then we throw it out, and then it's like a lot of this stuff we can do ourselves,
Yeah.
often better and for way cheaper. And like you said, sometimes it could be fun too.
Oh, absolutely. So all those dish soap bottles, save one, start making your own. Your laundry soap, save one and make your own. Um,
Exactly.
then it doesn't end up in the landfill, and you have an opportunity to keep reusing that container and enjoy the experience of making products in the interim.
Exactly.
Yeah. The more you can make from home, the better, because you know exactly what's in it then.
Oh, absolutely. And again, they smell amazing.
Yeah, they
They
do.
really, really do. Yeah. Even making the dryer balls, you know, winding wool into the tight ball and adding essential oils and throwing that into your dryer. You know,
Yeah.
that gets rid of the static. You're not
Hmm.
buying dryer sheets all the time that end up being thrown in the garbage. So yeah, that's huge. It's a lot of fun. It is a lot of fun.
Yeah, it is fun. It's a fun
Yeah.
Sunday afternoon project.
Absolutely. And if you can get a group of people together, all making them at the same time,
Yeah.
you know, even if you're
Yeah.
doing it in a Zoom or in person, better in person, because you can have a drink and have a laugh and a joke and, you know, just enjoy building, making all these products together. So is that the only thing you have going for March, is the detoxing?
No, we have our Ask the Expert again this month, and we had, and it's published within the community now. We had a really nice, wonderful, interesting conversation with the president of Pura Home.
Yeah.
So that's purahome.com. His name is Mario DeFranco, and his company offers um, products for air quality, water filtration, EMF protection, and
That's where we both got ours
we
from.
both wearing our little pendants from Pure Home.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so, and I hadn't met Mario before. I know Jessica had chatted with him a few times on the phone, asking about, you know, when we're considering buying these and a few other products that we bought from him. But you know, during the conversation, it really struck me that it's almost like I was talking with like a medical professional or a scientist. You know, I was expecting the conversation to be about here's a salesman, you know, talking about his products, right? And
Mm-hmm.
it was not that at all. It was like I'm talking with a human who understands and is happy to help anyone to have clean air, clean water, and EMF protection. And he goes through a personal story of his of how it helped him and his wife to conceive a child later in life. And he explained you know, the benefits and the reasons why, and how to go about, you know, having clean water and air. And you know, one of those examples was, you know, you can take as many vitamin C and vitamin D and zinc supplements you want. But if your air and water within your home environment is full of toxins, you're just totally wasting your time. So he gave us so much information about, you know, the benefits of earthing as well,
Oh,
how
yeah.
earthing and EMF protection go hand in hand because our bodies need electrons, and we are electron depleted. And then with the oxidization with EMF, it's I don't want to go through the whole video, but I was just like, who am I talking with? Is it a medical doctor? Is it a wellness expert? Is it a scientist? It was just such a, for me, it was such an interesting, eye-opening conversation
Mm-hmm.
about the topics and what we all can do to protect our home environment on so many different levels.
Yeah, he really knows
Absolutely.
his stuff, and he really cares about people and really wants to just educate and, you know, help them to
Yeah.
feel their best.
Well, the earthing is something that I was introduced to a number of years ago, and I have the earthing sheets and the earthing mats. And, you know, that's something that systematically humanity has been disconnected from. When you have your rubber sole shoes, at one time it used to be leather. We used to go outside and put our feet on the ground. We don't do that so much anymore. you know, and then, like you mentioned, all of the Wi-Fi, microwaves, everything else with the EMF. People don't recognize that necessarily that might be the reason why they have headaches, why they have upset stomachs, why they have all these mystery symptoms, until you start to do that detox in your home and recognize that this isn't just a woo-woo thing, this is a real thing. And because we are electromagnetic, we get affected by electromagnetics, and you can either be affected by them in a positive way or in a negative way, you know. But yeah, it's a huge subject, and to have that information in your community is phenomenal, to be able to introduce people to that.
Yeah, it's been really interesting and good feedback. It generates a lot of questions and from our members, and we're going to have him back again for another conversation, and maybe even get a tour of his showroom so we all can see some of the products that he has and maybe how they work. Yeah, it was such an interesting conversation. I really, it's something that everyone should watch. It's so informative.
Yeah. So a sneak peek, do you know what's moving into April?
Yeah, we do. And that's where it ends.
Fantastic. So that means I have to get you on next month.
One of the other things outside of our monthly themes that is important, and we're talking more about it, especially these days, are the role of precious metals for people. You know, we heard about the U.S. banking situation, and we have within our community a couple of ways for people to understand, ask their questions about what the heck are they, why would I want them, how do I go about it, where do I get it, who's trustworthy, how do I store it, all that kind of stuff. So it's becoming more of a topic of conversation. So we have a Q&A chat, a room where people can have an ongoing chat about and ask their questions on anything related to that. And then next Tuesday evening, we have a live precious metals, kind of like for beginners session, where I go through asking questions and also showing what are some of the different metals and which ones people could acquire and how to go about it, and things like that. So it's becoming more of a topic of conversation. You know, just like nutrition and taking care of our health is important to have choice in our life and independence, so too is having financial security and preserving our wealth, because without that, you know, our choices and our independence go way down. So it's all a bit of a holistic approach to you know, maximizing having choices and flexibility and freedom and independence in our lives.
Absolutely. And the more you have that information, like you say, the more choices you can make for yourself, and you don't just follow along to get along. You actually claim, you know, this is what I'm doing for myself. So that is huge. It really is. So how do people get involved with Self-Sufficient You?
Now, do they get involved?
Well, you can go to our website, and our website is selfsufficientyou.com. No, self-sufficient you said it.
selfsufficientyou.wixsite.com/welcome. Yes. And it's an information page which explains a bit about what it is and why we started this community, and what people can expect. And there's a button there to join and to get a free month. Memberships right now are $12.99, typically $24.99 per month. So they're, I guess, on sale sort of thing for $12.99, or save money by getting 2 months free with the annual membership at $129.
Excellent. So I can put that link below this podcast, and people can reach out and connect to you. Now, once they go to that website, can they reach out to you and ask questions and find out a little bit more if they need to find out a little bit more?
Yeah,
absolutely. People can contact us by email at selfsufficientyou@proton.me. We're always happy to hear from anyone, regardless whether a member or not. And through the website, we have a contact form as well, should anyone have any questions or even just wish to chat about anything.
Excellent. And I can honestly say, because I'm a member of the Self-Sufficient You, it is well worth joining. There is so much information on there. There'll be things on there that you didn't even know you needed to know. So it's a journey, and it's a very positive, very enlightening a journey to be able to take. So I highly recommend reaching out to David and Jessica and becoming part of this growing, evolving community where you can get information and ask questions that will empower, support, and help you thrive within your own life and your own community. So I want to thank David and Jessica for joining me here today. I am looking forward to finding out what April is. So I'm going to have them on again.
You'll find out on April Fool's Day.
There you go. And please share these videos. You never know who needs to hear the information that's here today. Somebody may just be saying this morning, I really need a place to go to find this information, and this is it. So by supporting and sharing these videos, you help one another thrive. And I want to thank you again for being part of Rebels Compass and joining this community. Take care and have an amazing day. Thank you. Thank you to you both.
Thank you,
Thank
Karen.
you.